Hi Aries, welcome into your video for the week. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. Where are we? Are we third week of January? Wow. We're just rolling right along, aren't we? Alright, universe, angel, spirit guides, what we got for my beautiful Aries, please. For third week, what is their situation, please? You guys are stressing out over something. You're having sleepless nights. Maybe it's not so bad. You're stressing because you have a decision to make. You have a choice to make in regards to your happiness overall. Because the Sun card is here. But regardless, the fact that it's still there, these aren't shit choices that you have. The choices that you have to make here, Aries, no matter what you decide, you're going to be on a happier road. Sure, maybe it's without a person, maybe it's not some job that you wanted, but it still means that your whatever decision you are making, because you do have options here, it's a good one for you. There's really no fail in the situation. Interesting. It might have something to do with your love or your emotions, but let's continue. What's coming towards my Aries? It's definitely about your path. You're having some, sleepless nights on like a direction to take in something. Let's see. The situation usually alerts me to the storyline. Wow. Oh, wow. Can I have one more? Thank you, Spirit. All right, as you guys all know, this is for Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising, even wherever else in your chart. I tend to like to see my Moon, my Sun, and sometimes I like to see my Mars and my Venus. Because Mars is the planet, by the way, went direct yesterday. Hallelujah. Things are going to start moving forward. You're going to be able to communicate more effectively also. There is Mercury retrograde, but that's going direct on the 17th. So still just be careful with the way you communicate for the following week. But you're not going to be so tongue-twisted. You're going to be able to express your feelings and your emotions on a positive level. Continuing, because this is looking really friggin' good. What don't they see coming? What's the surprise? Oh, yes. All right, let's see what the advice is here for you guys. Advice, please, from my Aries. Advice. Oh, I heard something right away in my head, and I've got to say it. Oh my God, yes. Aries, it's time to heal. That's enough. They're like, it's time to put it away. Whatever it is that you're thinking or you're pining over, it's time to put it away, because now it's starting to affect your life and other departments of your world. Work, friendships, whatever it is, it's over. It's whatever you had in your mind, it's time to put it to bed. So, but we'll go into it later in a little bit. What's the outcome? Because if you don't, it's almost like a warning, because if you don't, Spirit's like, it's just going to not only haunt you, but affect you in a negative way. You'll spiral, and you don't want that. Because right now, the way Jupiter is falling in your house of work and career and finance, it's not just that, it's also your image. I don't mean the way you dress and look. I'm sure you're going to be working on that too. But the way you're presented in society, people are going to start looking up to you, Aries. Your image, your demeanor, the way you speak, how you speak with confidence, all of this. This is going to be a big deal for you guys. Your whole world is changing. But when I'm looking at your advice, it's like, this is like, you got to put it away, all right? Because what you had in the past was not at your level. So it's like the universe knows what they're doing. They recycle. They recycle everything and everyone. Let me have one more for outcome. Nice. Okay, bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups talks about options, sometimes confusion, I won't lie, sometimes delusions. Under that is strength, having the perseverance to move forward and holding back. The Hermit, using wise decisions from the shit that you just recently endured about your emotions and how to control them and how to be effective. This is so clear to me. Yes, okay, fine. You might be confused over your options, but it's how you're going to tackle them. It's how you're going to maneuver these decisions. You're not just going to brush right through it. Because right here, it's showing me clearly. You guys have learned your stamina, your strength, how to make wise decisions from your recent past on how to control your emotions. Now, if you're new to my channel, you are my queens, whether you're male or female. Incoming energy is the kings, okay? That way we know who's who. So, for example, if you're an Aries dating another Aries, the kings would be your opposing energy, male or female. Now, with that said, moving on. There's a few F-bombs here and there, so like, you know, you might cringe. I get excited. Now, you have these sleepless nights. This is what's going on with you right now. You're having some stress, some anxiety. This could be at work. This could be in your relationship. This could be in any department of your life. You're sitting here at the precipice of your life about to move forward. You're literally, there's a portal, there's a door, and you're staring at it. And I don't know right now if you're looking at it like you know it, you feel it, you believe it. You're about to take a foot past that threshold. But I don't know if you're skeptical because you're thinking of how you're going to do this or the direction you're going to take once you do this. But you're going to do it because it's the new thing. And whatever decision you do end up making, you're going to be happy. Okay? It's not a bad thing. Even if you let someone go from your past, I think something inside of you intuitively is telling you guys, you're going to be okay. You really are. All right, what's coming towards you is a passionate new beginning here. It can be in a project at work or in your love life, because this card for me is physical. It's action. And then the Star card, which is Aquarius energy. I also have Leo energy here and Pisces energy there. They all kind of be here. But anyway, going back to you guys. This is a passionate new beginning, and you're hopeful and positive that it's going to turn out well. Whether it's a creative new project at work or a physical passionate new beginning with a person. We're going to clarify and we'll see. What you don't see coming. There's some sort of celebration happening here, okay? There's some sort of happiness, like some kind of, excuse me, reconciliation. Someone's given you the offer or the potential of thereof, all right? So whether this is at work and you got a promotion, you're at the bottom, but working your way up, okay? But you're also learning too, because that is what the Page of Pentacles represents. But something about the situation isn't making you completely happy. If this is in your dating life, yes, there's possibly a reconciliation, or there's possibly dating somebody here who's given you the potential, but it feels unrequited. It feels like you're like, oh, that's cool, that's nice, I'm happy, but are you? Are you really? Because the Four of Cups says not so much. You're not head over heels, that's for sure, with that card. If that's not you, then that's your person. That's why you have the Page of Pentacles there. Page of Pentacles, it says it's potential. So it can grow or it can die on the vine. We'll see. Your advice, probably it's going to die on the vine, because Spirit is sitting here telling you, okay, Aries, we know you've been stabbed in the heart. We know you've been through pain. Don't yell at me. I'm just the messenger. Big sister here. It's like, it's time to heal. You've been healing, you've been recovering, you've been dealing with, but these are like lingering things and thoughts in your mind. Because this is talking about guilt and regret over the recent past. You said something, you did something, or something you didn't say or that you didn't do. You regret it now. All right? And there's an ending of some kind. You keep replaying this over and over again. this thing that ended. This is over. This is like last week. We beat this dead horse. There's a new horizon. There's a new day. Like, why does it have to be? I think what's keeping you here is this. These emotions right here. And yes, although you're recovering, you're healing, Spirit's like, it's time to put it down. This other person that you've been dealing with, this other situation you've been dealing with, they got their own lessons. They got their own journey. They got their own fucking karma that they do, okay? And that's got nothing to do with you. Even though you were involved with them, I get that. They got their own karma. And until they learn it, until they understand it, they cannot come in your direction. They cannot be on your path. You are destined for greatness. This is like Trash City. They want to hang out in Trash City, let them. You're moving on up like the friggin' Jeffersons. It's time. Outcome. The Hangman in reverse. Like I said, it's time. It's time to get off this fucking tree that you've been hanging around for so long. It's time to get down. Anyway, you are doing that because that's the outcome. This is just advice. That's telling me what you're actually going to be doing. You're getting yourself unstuck, guys. All right? And as you do this, what do you think is going to happen to you? Take a wild guess. What do you think is going to happen to you guys? When you make yourselves unstuck and you get off this fucking tree and you don't sit there on the fucking spin cycle in your head. What? Tell me. This is what's going to happen to you. Success. 6 of Wands. Recognition. Understanding. People are like, shit, Aries knows what the fuck they're talking about. They know what they're doing. Somebody comes back to you. Aries, you were right. Aries, I understand you. Effective communication, because Mars now has gone direct. Do you see how these planets and the influence of these planets affect us in our daily lives? These tiny little incremental things that we don't think about are massive. Look at that. 6 of Wands. Success. You're being validated. You're being recognized. All right, let's continue. Let us continue this awesome reading. You know what's funny? It's like, I know I've been like saying these for weeks now with your videos. Like, I promise you. I was like, but now I'm starting to see it really fucking unfold here, Aries. Truly. I know because they're coming in tiny, tiny little baby steps. And I think you're also starting to understand that success cannot happen overnight. Nothing in our lives can happen overnight. And the worst thing that an Aries suffers in relationships is that after a few months they either get bored or they're never satisfied or there's something like they're not happy, and it's a constant search and struggle for you guys. But I think you've learned from the last few years how that can't be normal in a healthy relationship. And I think you're starting to understand that and implement that. But let's continue. Yeah, the Devil in reverse. Look at that. This is you shedding toxic shit. Oh my God, look at this. I love it. Do you know how I said, okay, you're at that precipice, that 2 of Wands over here? Look at the bottom of the deck. There you are, but in this deck, with somebody. You're making a decision and you're moving forward in a partnership. Whether it's at business, work, or like a coworker or a lover. You've been worried over this for a hot minute, but look at you, and you're celebrating under that. I don't care if it's a third-party situation, or you just met somebody and you're dating, or you have this new coworker and they were an asshole. You're working it out. You're figuring it out here, guys. You're making it happen. You're getting rid of something about you that you know is chaotic in your lives. That's toxic. It's like a bad habit. You're shedding it. You're getting rid of it. And now that Mars is going direct, you're seeing it. It's kind of like one of those things where I was telling like my team at work, you know, I was like, they're like, oh, everybody comes in here that's new. They say that they're going to change it and they're going to do it. Yeah, it can't happen overnight. It happens in incremental, tiny little steps. And then when you look back, you're like, wow, yeah, we came a long way. My team said it to me yesterday. Like, you know what? It's been a year. They're like, and now that I think back, you're like, you're right. It was the tiny little baby steps that make the whole thing come together. An attitude here, an attitude there, a change of thought, an implementation of your changed behavior. All of that collects itself and it creates this success. The problem is we don't want to get stuck. So this is the kind of what I'm seeing here as your new lesson. But now you guys are picking up steam. You're like, okay, I got it. Next. I got this lesson down. Let's go. And that's what it feels like. Ace of Wands, Star. Yeah, so whatever decision you were making, whether you should stay or go over here on this like situation, it's being clarified by the Five of Pentacles. This is being left out in the cold. This is penny pinching. This is like lack of money, loss of money, all of that. So as you probably made a decision here, this is why you have new beginnings. You're having new beginnings because something else wasn't working out for you. Something made you feel like it wasn't worth your time or value. You felt left out in the cold. You felt undervalued, which is this Five of Pentacles. So now you're going towards this new thing, which is coming to you because it's in the future positions, and you're hopeful. You're excited. Look at this. It's the Five of Cups in reverse, guys. This is the Five of Cups in reverse is this in the upright. You're starting to look at your abundance in different areas, in different places. You're even starting to perceive things differently. You're like, you know what? I might not have this, but I do have that. And this is how your mindset is changing, guys. It's like in the world of business, something we call subsidization. If something is to be subsidized, okay, I don't got this, but that carries over to that. It's kind of like, it's kind of the mentality that you have going on here. And this is why you're hopeful. This is why you're positive. Because you're starting to see your abundance in other ways. All right, let's continue. I must sound like a crazy person. What is this Three of Cups and the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, please? Good. Four of Wands in reverse. No, I'm sorry. Four of Swords in reverse and Five of Wands in reverse. Oh, wow. More crazy. Let me show you. The Three of Cups here is clarified by the Three of Cups. You are getting recognized. You are having celebrations. You are having good news. Things are just happening for you. But it's so strange how, like, even though this is all going on in your world, you're still, like, floating by. Like, you're like, okay, yeah, all right, that's cool, that's cool. I don't think you really get it. That this tiny little nuance of goodness that's happening to you is actually a bigger deal. Look at this. Your roadblocks and obstacles and your challenges are dropping. They're like shedding. They're just like moving out of the way. People who are obstructing you, like jealous, neighbors, or like jealous coworkers, or new coworkers that were in your face, or lovers, or third-party situations. They're falling away. They're moving out of your direction. The Four of Swords in reverse talks about you're not fully healed, and that's why you have the Four of Cups. At first, when I saw the Four of Swords in reverse, I was like, oh, they're taking action. They're moving. They're no longer resting on their laurels. Aries never rests on their laurels, like ever. But you might not have had a choice when we had Mars retrograde. But now I feel like when I look at the Four of Cups and the Four of Swords in reverse, guys, you haven't fully healed, okay? That's why I'm seeing the Three of Swords in your advice position. But you're getting there. You're definitely getting there. You're starting to take those little baby steps because you're starting to see like other things. I think that you understand now, Aries, this is going to be a very big spiritual year for everybody, the whole collective. But I think for you, you're going to start getting it, and you're going to see, aside from what I said last week, oh, you're going to start raising the bar. Yes, that's going to happen. But also, I think what you're seeing is that you know who your biggest partner in crime is to you, to the betterment of your life. It's the universe. When you realize that you partner up with the universe and you work with the universe and you work with the flow, you start to see how things happen for you. Your roadblocks and your obstacles melt away. They just remove themselves. And then you start realizing in your mind, you're like, wow, this really is leading me into a different direction. Wow, this really is leading me into a place where I'm being put in a position for my betterment. That's good for me. And but even though you have the Four of Swords in reverse, this is why you might not be so 100% grateful. It's not that you're not grateful. It's just that you're looking at something here where you're like, maybe you're not ready. You think you're ready to put yourself out there, to date new people, to go out there, to get this new job, to do what, start a new life, whatever it is. You think you are, but you know deep down inside you're not 100% there. That's why in your advice position, it's saying, all right, it's time to put this to bed. All right? Because you're still, your mind still sometimes drifts to the time when you were hurt. Whether it's the person or what had literally happened to you, the backstabbing, the fuckery, your mind keeps drifting back to that. Maybe it's not the person itself per se, it's the situation, how it went down for you. And your mind keeps drifting back to that. And Spirit's like, you gotta put that to bed. Shit happens to people all the time. And you're like, but to me, they fucking lied to me. And that's like the worst thing you could do to me. I know, Aries, but you're not the only one. You're not the first, you're not the last, and it'll continue going on. But you know what? You should think of it this way. You're a kind person. You're a nice person for allowing yourself to trust them, and they betrayed your trust. It talks more about them than it talks about you. Them being a piece of shit versus you not. So you kind of can't look at it like that, okay? But let's continue. So clarify this for me, Spirit. Even if you want this person and they need to go work, because what are you going to do? You're going to keep doing the work for the both of you? And I mean work like on inner self, communication, dedication, perseverance. You guys, you were training yourselves all of last year. What? So this person could just take advantage? Doesn't work like that. I told you, Spirit will recycle them out and give them to somebody else that's just as trashy. All right, Seven of Pentacles and the Judgment in reverse. All right, so maybe you were thinking that you could have made a poor judgment call in the past, or, you know, you're revisiting that, you know, subconsciously you are. Because Judgment is in reverse, and Judgment talks about the skeletons in our closet and making a final decision. You're opening it again. You keep looking at it. You keep looking at the deceit, the betrayal, the ending. You keep opening that fucking coffin and you're looking at the fucking bones, and you can't. But now you're starting to understand. You know why you're doing that? It's because you did spend a lot of time and energy, and you don't want to feel like you wasted your time, because now you got to put in the same effort again somewhere else or with someone else. And just the thought of that makes you be like, oh my God, what if I put all that effort into someone else or a new person, and they do the same thing to me all over again? That's life. That's how it is. But you're gonna, because Spirit's like, this is what you got to do. You see this? 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, these could be decades. These could be months. These could be years, whatever they are for you guys, all of you. You're my collective. This is the time and energy and the money you put into something. Spirit's like, what are you doing? It's time you took one of these bad boys over here and you planted it somewhere else. Okay, so you can grow a harvest somewhere else. Even on a light and fluffy level, those of you who are thinking about investing in your own business, or you want to do a chain store, this is saying, do it. Some of you might have had a business that failed in the past. Might not be the case this time around. All right, because we all fall down, we get up, and we learn. Point is, you got to get up and, you know, sow your seed somewhere else. Continuing. Yes, because look, at the bottom of the deck, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, something wasn't growing. There was no more value. There was no more worth. Nobody was putting in the fucking effort except for you. 100%, guys, 100%. All right, let's continue. Let's do the outcome. I can't wait to have this, like, studio. It's gonna take a few months, apparently. But whatever, I can't wait because it'll be soundproof. No friggin' airplanes. Page of Swords. There's two camps of situations that I'm feeling here for you guys. I feel like you're definitely being spied on, you know, from like a whole bunch of people, like from work to, you know, upper management at your job. Also, for those of you like a lover or somebody who's, you know, on the DL really interested in you, because the Page of Swords came out. Because this is a clarifier telling me, you know, why you're getting all this success and recognition. Somebody's been checking you out for quite a minute, for quite a while. The other camp of Aries that I was vibing here is that if this is work-wise, somebody has been peeping you for a while if you're a potential candidate for some kind of position. And you've probably been doing really good, so they've noticed you. If this is love-related, this is... I think somebody's been testing you guys to see if you're the right candidate for them as a love mate or a potential. So they're just watching to see what you're going to do, your reactions, your behavior, if you text them back, if you show them affection, whatever the case may be. Because the bottom of the deck is showing me that, you know, Two of Wands again, and under that is the Three of Cups. Reconciliation, celebrating, whatever. If this is somebody brand new, it's just you dating, but it doesn't matter. The point of the story is somebody here has been checking you out to see what you're going to do, your behavior. So you got yourself unstuck, or you will be getting yourself unstuck. You make some kind of move, you do, or you say something, and whatever it is, that thing that you do, it brings you in success. And this is definitely somebody's been trying to check you out. Let me see what this is all about. You got a card for me over there, Spirit? And then in the extended, and we'll do a deep dive on the romance angels. I just want to see what this is going to say to me. And we'll pull more of these. Those of you who don't know, in the extended, we go more into your person, how they feel about you, their intentions towards you, the good, the bad, the ugly. We also see the actions that they will take towards you and what Spirit has happening between the two of you. Because it's one thing to say something and feel something. It's a whole other what Spirit gets involved and does happen. Now, what's over here? Ooh, healing, obvi. This is like the whole storyline. Self-care, time out. Be gentle with yourself and your twin. Interesting. Your twin is like your other half. Sometimes it talks about twin flames, if you know who your twin flame is. Twin flame is literally, it's your soul ripped in half, and it's wandering around on this plain earth. They could be a child. They could be, you know, a senior citizen. They might not be your age range. They could be a different ethnicity. Some of us, it's pretty rare that we meet them. You would know. You would definitely know if you met your twin. It's not an easy journey. It's an extremely difficult journey to be with your twin flame, because it's like your other half talking back to you, the good and the bad. Now, anyway, aside from that, outcome, which ironically fell in the outcome position. Or maybe it's not ironic. Spirit knows. Results, conclusions, ending. You will get a resolution. Hallelujah. I told you, you're going to do something over here with this Hangman in reverse. And you're going to have an outcome. You're going to have a resolution. 100%, guys. Let's see what the romance angels have to say. So we know what we're going to go into in the extended. What do you see, Spirit, here with the situation in Aries? By the way, in the extended, I'm also going to go over the Four of Cups with the Twin Flame Oracle, because I want to see what this person is to you. Free yourself. Religious factors, how funny. Free yourself. That's because you're a fucking unicorn and you put yourself in a pen so nobody else can see you because your mind is stuck with somebody else. That's why Spirit's like, what? This is done. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. After the 10 comes the aces. This is why you have an ace of wands over here. But you seem to be doing this. Oh, don't care. Spirit's like, you're penning yourself up yourself. And you need to not do that. Anyway, we're going to clarify. This could also be your person. Maybe they're doing this to themselves so they can't be accessed to you. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. So there's a fundamental difference between the two of you. 2 fell on the floor. Let me see what they are. Oh! Dun, dun, dun! Reconciliation. That's what I thought that 3 of Cups was. And soulmate. Like I said, some of you could be a twin flame. Others of you can be a soulmate. I don't know who or what this is. This might not even be the person that's on your mind. But we'll see in the extended. Let's get 1 card from Spiritual as Fuck for Aries. Universe Angel Spirit Guides. Give me 1 advice for Aries, please. These be funny. Oh my God, this is so you. Be unfuckable with. Or did I say that? Be unfuckawithable. That's it. Unwithable. All right. If you find yourself fucked with, take a moment to reflect on what part of you is out of whack and susceptible to being fuckable with. Then check that shit with some self-love. When you're filled to the brim with love, nothing anyone says or does bothers you, and no negativity can touch you. You know what makes you? A badass. A big old spiritual badass. I love it. And it's so true because like my friends were making fun of me the other day. They're like, Irene, stop being so cheap. I'm actually saving my money for something because I have so many programs going on in my life. But the fact that they said that to me, I didn't even find the urge to defend myself. I was like, sure, I'm cheap. That's because I'm saving for... I didn't even have to explain to them. I was like, yeah, I'm cheap. I am. That's the point. The point is not caring what other people are saying because you have your own agenda. You have your own path. You have your own way. And nobody needs to be validated by you. It doesn't fucking matter what they say or do. That's why you need to be this. Unfuckawithable. All right, guys? Love you very, very much. And I will see you on the next one.